everybody could be seated, that'd be great. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural meeting for the 2022-2026 Perth County Council term and the election of the 2023 Perth County Warden. My name is Tyler Senator, and I am the clerk for the County of Perth. Sean McCoy here is the deputy clerk and will be acting as today's election assistant. Until County Council has taken the declarations and the warden has been elected, I'll be acting as the interim chair. This meeting of Perth County Council is now called to order. I'll ask everybody if you could take a moment of reflection. You can stay seated, that's okay. Please join me, that'd be great. Thank you. Moving on in the agenda, we have item 3.0, which is the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that Perth County is situated on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe peoples who have a long-standing relationship with the land and water throughout the region. We honor and respect the history, languages, and culture of the diverse Indigenous, Métis, and Inuit people who call this territory home. As a county, we have a responsibility for reconciliation and the continued stewardship of the land on which we live and work. At this time, we have some greetings from some invited guests. I'll ask Sean to bring up John Nader, our member of Parliament, who is attending virtually. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate the opportunity to join you, albeit virtually this afternoon. I would like to have been there in person, but unfortunately, I'm here in Ottawa because the House of Commons is in session this week. But I want to start out by welcoming all of the new and re-elected members of Perth County Council. I noted I'd originally written the new and old members of County Council, but I changed that to new and experienced members of Perth County Council. And even it's nice to note that even the new members of County Council are still experienced in the member municipalities as well. So I think it's a great council and a lot of good work that will be ahead of each of you. And I look forward to working with you in the 4 years to come and in the time to come. I also noticed as the piper was piping everyone in, I noticed there are a number of past wardens in attendance as well. So I want to say thank you and welcome to the past wardens and thank you for your service over the past number of years as well. Specifically to Warden Jim Aitchison, as you round out the last few minutes of your 3 years as warden, I want to say thank you for your service to Perth County. I'm sure that when you were first elected as warden in December of 2019, you didn't quite expect what would come before in the 3 years that followed. But I want to thank you for your leadership. Thank you for all that you've done for the county. I know there were a lot of contentious Zoom calls that you were on for these last 3 years. I was joined you for many of those ones on our weekly calls with a number of our partners. But I want to say thank you for your service and appreciate your continuing service as well as Mayor of Perth South. To the new warden, whoever that may be, I look forward to working with you over the next year as you serve our county. I'm only ever a phone call away. Please reach out. Happy to assist the county and its member municipalities in any and all ways that I can. So again, thank you for the ability to bring some virtual greetings today. Wish you well for your inaugural meeting and wish you well for the year ahead. And I guess we're close enough to Christmas as well. Now that's December 1st. I can wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, traditionally we would have our MPP, Matthew Ray. Unfortunately, Matthew cannot make it and has provided a letter. So I'll ask Sean to put the letter, if you could, on the screen as well. And I'll read it off for everybody in attendance. Excellent. Thank you, Sean. Dear Perth County Council, my apologies for not being able to join you today, but commitments at Queen's Park prevent me from joining you. I want to begin by expressing my congratulations to all of you on your recent elections or acclamations. It is a tremendous achievement, and you should be proud of yourselves. It takes a lot of courage to put one's name on a ballot. I know your family and friends are immensely proud of you. The job of a public servant is rarely easy, but it is deeply rewarding. Not everyone will agree with you, but I know you will always strive to do what is best for your communities. I also want to thank your families for sharing your time with us. No one can serve without support at home, so thank you again for sharing your loved one with our communities. I wish those individuals seeking to become the next Perth County Warden best of luck. I look forward to working with all of you over the next 4 years to continue to build Ontario together. As always, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or my office. Sincerely, Matthew Ray. Next, I'll ask Mayor Martin Richmond to get started with the
Thank you, Tyler. Welcome, staff, family, friends, and elected officials. And I want to also welcome kids. And when I hear the voices and the activity of the kids, it makes us think why we do what we do. We don't do it for our generation. We do it for the generations to come. So thank you so much for bringing the kids today. It makes us think about that piece. So I'm certainly pleased to be here and to be invited to this event. And I'm pleased to bring greetings on behalf of the City of Stratford and Stratford City Council. I want to start by first thanking and congratulating Warden Jim Aitchison for his amazing years of service. Thank you very much, Jim. I was going to call him James, but he doesn't go by James, it's Jim. So thank you, Jim. And I want to also congratulate and wish the 2022 to 2026 Council the best of luck and enjoy this day of installation into the office. I wish the individual who's successful as your warden and your deputy warden all the best. I look forward to, Stratford has a long history of working with the county, and I look forward to that continued work and that continued partnership. Last night we were at an event in Queen's Park, and it reminded me once again that through partnerships, through working together, a lot more can be achieved. So thank you again for the invitation and best wishes as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tom. Next is Mayor Al Strathby from the Town of St. Mary's.
Thank you. It's my honor to bring greetings on behalf of the Town of St. Mary's, and I also want to echo what Martin Richmond said with regards to the Warden agency. It's been great to work with, and we are appreciative of all the partnerships we have with the county. We're in a unique situation, unique times. Not only are we trying to recover and put services in place that were in place previously due to COVID, but we also have a government that's making change every single day, and we don't know what that means. And the reality is now more than ever, we need to work together because they are growing the urban areas and we're getting left behind. And I think the reality is that it's very important we continue to work together, make partnerships, do what we can, and bring this county and this region forward. So thank you for your past partnerships and all we do together. And I look forward to working with each and every one. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Strathby. Moving on in our agenda is the general office of Health Renal. In our first ever hybrid wards election, we're pleased that community members and staff can join us not only in person, but also virtually. We appreciate everyone joining us today via our online YouTube channel, as well as Zoom. And for those of you who join us in person, please feel free to remain afterward for the reception that will include some light refreshments. After a brief recess, we're going to proceed with our regular council meeting. We're welcome to speak to that as well. And at this time, I'd like to ask Annette Diamond to come forward to bring regrets from CA Warden.
Good afternoon. CAO Warden stands for regrets due to illness. So on behalf of the CAO and County Assembly, we would like to welcome a new and experienced council. We'd like to congratulate you on your election, and we'd also like to thank you for your willingness to serve the community and to serve the public. special thank you to Warden Jim for his guidance during this particularly challenging time period. The County of Perth was officially established in January 1850. The county is a rich agricultural community, diverse in its heritage and culture. The county of Perth and lower tiers, the municipalities work together in partnership to provide effective, quality service to residents, businesses, and visitors. We are eager to present you with the budget in January, at which point we will tell you all about the great services and the programs that the county offers. At this point in time, I'd like to introduce you to the staff that's present in the room. Tyler Sager, our clerk. He keeps us organized and on. Sean McCoy, our deputy clerk. Our director of public works, John McCoy. He keeps us safe, keeps our infrastructure in order. Does a great job. Mike Adair is our chief of paramedics. Unfortunately, he's not available to attend today, but does send his regrets. And we have staff hiding over here in the corner, and I'll just ask you to stand up as I introduce you. So I see Debbie Hunter. She is our mobile health coordinator. And I see Rachel Cannon, our legislative services assistant. I see Mike Crawley, our deputy paramedic chief. I see Bill Wilson, asset management. I see Justin Diaz, economic development. Corey Bridges, our treasurer. He keeps our finances in order. Steve Gray, our manager of information technology. Kristen Hughes, information technology services officer. I think I got that. Kristen is here. And Marion, if you could please stand up, our HR manager. Marion McKee, sorry. So please know that we are available to answer any of your questions, to listen to any of your ideas, and we invite you to reach out at any point in time. So on that note, on behalf of staff and on behalf of our CAO, welcome, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Annette. So I'm going to go through the introduction of Perth County Council. So at this time, it's my privilege to introduce our Perth County Council. I'll ask that each member, upon being called, just stand and remain standing until everybody's been introduced, and then we'll do a round of applause after everybody's standing. So representing the municipality of North Perth, we have Mayor Todd Diesenberg, Deputy Mayor Doug Kellum, and Councilor Matt Duncan. Representing the township of Perth East, we have Mayor Rhonda Eggets, Deputy Mayor Hugh McDermott, and Councilor Jerry Smith. Representing the township of Perth South, we have Mayor Jim Richardson and Deputy Mayor Sue Orr. And representing the municipality of West Perth, we have Mayor Walter McKenzie and Deputy Mayor Jim Kankowski. Everyone, this is your new Perth County Council. You may be seated. Thank you. The verification certificates of the election, I confirm that all requirements of the municipal acts have been met and Perth County councilors elect now proceed to make the required declaration of office. Annette, I know you just sat down, but if you don't mind, at this time, if you could come forward, and that time the Director of Legal and Corporate Services will ask you to take your declaration of oath of office.
Pursuant to Section 232 of the Municipal Act 2001, you are required to take a declaration of office prior to taking the seat on council. It is my honor as the director to administer that declaration to you. I will read the declaration, and you will respond collectively, "I do," and you will sign the declaration in front of you. You've been elected or appointed to the office of council in the municipality of the County of Perth. You do solemnly promise and declare that you will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of your knowledge and ability. You have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper way. We will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the municipal code provisions. We will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And we make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is faith or in effect that is made more close. And you're declaring this before me in the municipality of Perth on the first day of December 2022. Please respond.
I do.
Thank you and congratulations.
All right, thank you, Annette. So at this time, I'm going to ask the president of the Past Warrants Association to come forward and present Jim Aitchison with the Past Warrants pin for 2022, and also introduce the Past Warrants who are in attendance. I'll ask Sean if you can go ahead and screen share the list of Past Warrants as well.
Thank you and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I have been neglecting my work for the past 3 years, so Walter McKenzie has done my work, so he made the motion that I stay on 1 more year to catch up on the 3 years that I've missed. So here I am as past warden of what most of the past wardens call themselves as the Senate from Perth County. If you're looking for advice, I'm sure they'll all give you good advice, but I don't know whether you should follow it or not, because some of us have been here for a long time. I'll introduce the past wardens now, and I'm going to give myself first. My name is Bert Worstenbosch, and I was warden in 1991. And there's only one warden that's here today that was warden before I, and that was Jim Spence. The letters are so small on here that I can hardly see them. So I either got to get stronger glasses or bigger writing, Jim. Okay, our next warden is Walter McKenzie. Ian Forrest. Ron McKay. Julie Behrens. Robert Wilhelm. And John Van Bakel. Must have missed you, sir, but I got cut off. I think I've got everybody here. Have I got everybody? Okay. I would like to bring greetings on behalf of the Past Wardens Association to all of you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and congratulations to the winner. I guess there is a winner, so. Congratulations, Jim. Welcome to the council.
Apparently I got indoctrinated in the past wardens before this meeting. I went over to say hello and they already collected me $20.
I never said it was cheap to be a past warden. It's going to get worse, you know. Anyway, thank you very much and congratulations to you all.
Excellent, thank you. 10.0 is our candidates declaration of intent to run for warden. From amongst these individuals, council elects one of its members annually to serve as warden. The warden serves as the head of council and the chief executive officer for the county of Perth, and has a specific legislative procedural duties and responsibilities to fulfill within that role as defined in section 2.5 of the Municipal Acts 2001 or so. With such responsibilities, the head of council has a prominent and highly public profile. The citizens that we serve have high and sometimes varied expectations for their head of council. Part of the role of the warden is to find a way to balance these expectations while also being mindful that decisions in the municipality are made by council as a whole. Past practice in Perth County is that those who intend to seek the position of warden shall declare their intention at a town council meeting in November. Accordingly, the members of council will hold at the November 3rd, 2022 regular meeting. And Councillor Todd Ginsburg has declared his intention to seek the position of warden. Given this is the first meeting of the new council, this is the opportunity for members to declare their intention to seek the office of warden in 2023. Is there any other member who would like their name placed on the ballot for election at this time?
That's my name, Rhonda Agate, you put on the ballot, please.
Councillor Yates. I'll ask another time. Is there any other member who would like their name placed on the ballot? Seeing none, we'll move on to the election piece here. As we have more than one candidate, we will have an election for the 2023 Perth County Warden. The voting process allows for a secret ballot. Each member of council has one vote for the position of warden. I'm going to ask that Sean McCoy, the election system, to tally the votes, and I will announce the result of that. I'm going to ask that council members move forward one at a time toward the voting area, which we have stationed over here on this lovely iPad. When you're ready, please make sure that you cast your vote at the station and then move back to your seat. I know that there's only going to be one vote that you can cast, so please select carefully when you do vote to select your individual or warden. All right, so we'll start with Dr. Kitzenberg, and we'll just work our way around. I'm in reminded by Sean, so thank you, Sean. What we'll do actually before we do that is we'll do candidate remarks. Councillor Kitzenberg and Councillor Agates, you'll have 5 minutes to give remarks. We'll start with you first, Councillor Agates, if you don't mind. If you want to give your remarks first. You coming to order or do you return first?
The chatty chatty there. That's my granddaughter.
Shakes after John.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for coming today to Perth County Council Warden. I've lived my whole life in Perth County, born and raised in Logan Township, now known as West Perth. I moved to Alice Township, now known as Perth East, when Sid and I got married. Being the warden of the county of Perth means a great deal to me. For the past 22 years, I've been involved in municipal politics. For all of those years, I have had the privilege of sitting on county council, first as a councillor, then as a deputy warden, and now hopefully as the warden. I have the experience and want to make a difference. At the county, we are to represent the whole county, not just the municipality we are from. It does not matter where the development is because all 4 lower tiers and the upper tier all benefit from economic development. We are all striving to make Perth County a great place to live, work, and play. Over the last 12 years, I've had the opportunity to sit just in about all the committees or boards at the county. A few of those are the Joint Accessibility, Spruce Lodge, MSSD, Perth Health Unit, Agriculture Working Group, Committee Attainable, Affordable Housing, Transportation, Planning Service, Review Group, Land Division, and Personnel. I believe the museum is the only board that I have not been involved with, not for lack of trying, but everybody else wanted that board, so I didn't get on it. The county has great staff, and I look forward to working with all of them. We all strive for the same end goal. We want to retain our youth, attract businesses, retain the businesses we have, and encourage people to live in Perth County. Thank you to my family and friends for all the support. You are always there for me. Thanks to my husband Sid, our daughter Diane, who's with us today, our son Adam, and their families, and especially our grandchildren, Emmett, Riker, and Lakin, who are here with me, and Evie and Parker, who couldn't be here. A big thank you also to Perth East counseling staff who support me as well. It is great to know you're behind me in what I want to do. I lead by example. I'm very passionate about our communities, and I want to be able to help shape the future. As my colleagues decide today who will be the next warden, I ask for your support. Please vote for Rhonda Agates. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Higgins. Councilor Kingston.
Retiring Warden Aitchison, County Council colleagues, CEO Wolf is not here, but we trust she's watching. To our clerk and other staff assembled, to our past wardens and other dignitaries who are here, to the general public. As we enter a new term of county council, let us be optimistic about our work together. We are a dynamic place, connected deeply and kindly to our history, with opportunities to be cultivated. As a result of interesting times, many challenges and changes lie ahead. I am ready and would like to serve the county as warden at this time. Here's why. During the last term of county councilors made decisions to foster and implement a more people-friendly, more excellent corporate culture, one that focused on community service, one that focused less on command and control, one that certainly encouraged greater personal accountability and personal contribution. This is a work in progress, and I will argue that through my professional work in organizations and even my style, I am uniquely qualified to support the continuance of the development of that new corporate culture that is emerging and to inject the appropriate substance into the process. For 20 years, I've made a living as a professional group facilitator. That skill and experience will make the processes that are complicated and that are respectful of diversity of opinions that will be at our table. I have worked with people from all walks of life for a very long time. I'm a skilled listener and a skilled consensus seeker. I also will be a strong ambassador for the county. We will need to be strong, united, respectful, and professional in our advocacy to the other levels of government and even in economic development matters. With you, my colleagues and the staff, I will work on our fundamentals, our public works, our transit system, our information technology platform, our land use and professional planning efforts, and our record keeping. I will be a warden focused on affordable and attainable housing. I will seek on getting dollars for the mental health platform that was brought about and thought about in our last term for our procurement services. Perhaps above all, I will encourage efforts to get a new compensation plan through in 2023. I run a good meeting. I have shown respect to my colleagues at Warden County and at North Perth over the last term. I am not one inclined to try to jump over proven protocols to get things done. This sense of attention to the details, to all people, and a commitment to care in the people matters and careful consideration of our issues are what I will bring to the role of warden. Above all else, I will be a positive voice. A voice that encourages a big team camaraderie and hearing the beautiful diversity of all in our corporation and in our county. Staying true to our inherent character of being prudent, witness, and supporting our neighbors and building a better community, I invite your support so we may seize and cultivate the many opportunities that lie in the near future.
Thank you, Councilor Ginsburg. And take a quick little sip of water if you don't mind making your way forward. And would send up over the point station. Sure.
Ottawa.
Other conclusion? Councilor Richardson? Councilor Duncan? Councilor Benson? Councilor Cullen? And Councilor Evans? Thank you, everybody. So we're going to move on to the declaration of the warden of the individual. So in accordance with the procedure bylaw, I declare Councilor Rhonda Agates as the warden for the county of Perth. Warden Rhonda Agates, please come forward for the declaration.
So I have the honor of swearing in our new warden. You have been elected to the office of warden in the municipality of the county of Perth. You do solemnly promise and declare that you will truly, faithfully, and effectively exercise the office with us as your knowledge and ability. You will not receive and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a violent, corrupt, or improper manner. We will disclose any pecuniary interests, direct or indirect, in accordance with the municipal conflict of interest. You will be faithful and your true allegiance to the Majesty King Charles III. And you will make one promise and declaration, constitutional legal, to be true, and know that it is of the same force and effect as the made under oath. And you are declaring this before you, the municipality of Perth, on the first day of the meeting. Congratulations.
I ask that everyone congratulate our 2023 Warden, Wanda Eggets. Congratulations. Now on to the election of the deputy warden. So again, past practice in Perth County is that any individual who intends to seek the position of deputy warden shall declare their intention at the county council meeting in November. We held that meeting November 3rd, 2022, and at that time, no council put forth their intention to seek the position. So with that being said, is there any member who would like their name placed on a ballot for election for the deputy warden at this time?
I am eligible for planning board to deputy warden.
One more time, is there any other member who would like to put their name forward for the ballot election for deputy warden? Seeing none, thank you, Councilor Bellum. Understanding that there's only one candidate, I will move forward with the declaration of deputy warden. So in accordance with the County of Perth procedural bylaw, I declare Councilor Doug Callum as the deputy warden for the County of Perth for the year 2022 to 2023. Deputy Warden, tell me if you could come to the podium and do the declaration as well, that'd be great.
One more time. You have been appointed to the office of the deputy warden in the municipality of Perth. You do solemnly promise and declare that you will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of your knowledge and ability. You have not received nor received anything or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. You will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the municipal code of the municipal. You will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty's King Charles III. And you make this solemn promise and declaration, conscientiously believing the truth and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if it is made under oath. And you are declaring this before me in the municipality of Perth on the first day of September 2022. Congratulations.
Great. Everyone, please congratulate our 2022-2023 deputy warden, Callum. At this time, I now call on the immediate past warden, Jim Aitchison, to come forward and present the chain of office in gavel to Warden Eggets.
Talking with the staff every day, and it's start about
Before I hand the floor over to Warden Eggetts, I'd like to thank a couple of individuals for making it possible. First and foremost is our part to the venue today. They've obviously gone out of their way with their decorations and about the Christmas tree on the one side here. I'd like to thank Communications Officer Sarah Franklin, who's over in the corner that helped with a lot of the setup with this, as well as the information that will be sent out after and following this event. Technology Services staff, Steve Drake, Randy Heidemann, and Kristen Hughes, and Legislative Services staff, John McCoy and Richard Cannon. Thank you, everybody, for today. And the floor is yours, Warden Eggetts.
Wow. I want to thank everyone today for attending, and special thanks to my colleagues for putting their trust in me to be the next warden of the county of Perth. I cannot thank you enough. As we move forward, council will work together with staff. Working as a team, we will make Perth County a great place. There are a few items we need to finish up, such as the official plan and the construction that is going on in the courthouse to make it accessible. Council will update the strategic plan and work collaboratively with the City of Stratford and the Town of St. Mary's on all our joint endeavors. The county and the lower tiers have always enjoyed working together and will continue to do so on many levels. The many things we all share make us stronger as we work together. Council will strive to keep the services we have, and the budget will be a challenge as we try to keep expenses down. All the departments you have here at the county are very important and work very well together. Welcome to the new councilors who are just starting their 4 years here at the county. We hope your experience we welcome you and hope you enjoy your experience. And also we welcome back to the council who have served here before. We can agree to disagree, discuss the issues, and come up with a plan of what we're going to do next. I am looking forward to working with all of you. I would like to thank my husband, Sid, for all of his support, our daughter, Diane, and her husband, Nick, our son, Adam, and his partner, Katie. Thank you for always being there. And to our grandchildren, Emmett, Riker, Layton, Ruby, and Parker. You are the light of my life, and you are the reason that I do this. My goal is to help make Perth County a great place to live. Thank you to all our friends and everyone who reached out to me in the last few weeks. Your support, the conversation, are all greatly appreciated in my endeavor to be the warden. To staff and council for each, thank you for all your support as I stretch my time in yet another direction. And to the staff of the council of the county of Perth, I really look forward to our next year and all that we can do. Thank you all once again. To everyone who took the time out of their day to be here in this great meeting. Thank you. We have 2 items of business to finish up before we adjourn for a few minutes. We need a motion that all the ballots are destroyed. So we need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Judge Sutton, seconded by Sue Olson. All in favor? And also that the Warden's 2023 election adjourn at approximately 1:45. Moved by Walter McKenzie, seconded by Steve Gronkowski. All in favor? Thanks, everyone.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Perth County Council this 1st of December. I'd like to call our meeting to order. If everyone could please bow their heads for a moment of reflection. Thank you. If you have pecuniary interest, you can disclose that now or as we go along in the meeting. We need a motion to confirm the agenda. I have a motion that says that the December 1, 2022 agenda be approved. We need a mover and a seconder, moved by Councillor Kassenberg, second by Councillor Aitchison. All those in favor? Carried. Okay, we have 12 items on the agenda. Is there anything that anyone has questions on or would like to see pulled? Councillor McDermott.
5.5, have we sent a letter in support of that before? Just wondered if we had. Because I know.
Sand and the Drainage Act.
Through the warden, it's not my understanding that we have. I will definitely take a look, and if we haven't, would you like us to?
Jim?
I'd like to see a letter sent.
Okay, so do you want that one pulled out then? 5.5? Any questions on any of the others? If not, we have a motion that council receives a consent agenda items 5.1 to 5.4 and 5.6 to 5.12 and approve the November 3rd, 2022 council minutes and November 10, 2022 special council minutes. Mover and a seconder, moved by Councillor Duncan, second by Councillor McKenzie. Any more questions or comments? All in favor? Carried. Okay, we do not have any public meetings.
We'll take care of it.
Oh, sorry, let's go back. Yep. Let's go back to 5.5. So if you, Councillor McDermott, you wish to move that we send a letter.
Yes, please.
Okay, and do we have a seconder? Councillor Aitchison. Any comments?
I wouldn't think we would need to send it to a large group. I would think it would be just our MP and MPP and I don't know anybody else you can.
Minister of Agriculture.
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor? Carried. Okay, we do not have any public meetings, public hearings or delegations, so then we move to staff reports. And the first thing on our staff report is 7.1.1, the 2023 board and committee appointments. Howard?
Thank you. So through the warden to council, before council is the 2023 board and committee appointments report. Prior to today's meeting, I did send out a list of boards and committees to council for consideration. And we're looking for individuals who would like to sit on and be the representative for the appropriate board and committee. At this time, I'll ask Deputy Clerk Sean McCoy to put up what information we have received for council's consideration for the boards and committees. So as you can see in the middle column is the committee members in which we meet for that specific board and or committee. And on the right hand side in the red is the responses that I received. And by virtue of your position, whether it's head of council, some councillors will be slotted into boards already. So if we would like, if the board would indulge, let's go through each board one at a time to fill out that position. Yep. Okay, so for the Spruce Lodge board, we need 2 members, one being the warden, which we will now add your name, Warden Nuggets, into that. And then 1 other counselor. So we have Councillor Sue Orrs put her name forward, as well as Councillor Jerry Smith.
Jerry? Go.
Yeah, so obviously there's lots of committees. I'm interested in a lot of them, but because of my work commitments, the only one that I would be available to would be the Spruce Lodge, because the meeting's in the evening. So again, interested in all of them, but only have room in my calendar to sit on the Spruce Lodge this year. I understand they're yearly appointments, correct? Correct. Right. So that's.
Can I just point something out? Warden Higgins.
Yeah, go ahead.
Spruce Lodge. You know, it's in the evening, but it actually, so you appoint 3 or 2 people to Spruce Lodge. Each municipality appoints 2 to Spruce Lodge. From the 6 that sit on Spruce Lodge, 3 are appointed to Spruce Lodge not-for-profit towers. Those meetings start at 4 o'clock. Now, most of them have been done by GoTo lately. Now, this particular meeting, as I pointed out to Peter Bowen, the administrator, you're gonna have to have the Spruce Lodge meeting first. Like this one for December, because you won't know who's going to the not-for-profit section. But they basically will run from about 4 to 6:30.
Or you sit on Hamlet State Board and it's for Thursday morning at 9:30. So if that still works, can I withdraw my name and let both of them sit, or do I have to be there?
The warden has to be.
The warden has to be there, okay? Counselor Aitchison?
That may be in the rules, but I've sat on Spruce Lodge for 12 years. With the various different counselor. And very seldom was it the warden. Because I know when Walter was the warden, you were on Spruce Lodge.
No,
Bob Wilhelm wasn't on Spruce
I
Lodge.
was, but I gave it.
mean,
The warden has an option to designate somebody, and I forget who I designated.
Oh, I think it was me. I've been
I
on
think I
it
went to you because I sat with you for about 8 years.
Yeah.
Ian Forrest and I sat there
before that.
before that, but he wasn't the warden.
So it works for you, Jerry, if I could appoint you as my representative?
Me or Sue, whichever works.
Yeah, whatever works.
Well, you tell me. That should. Okay, I will withdraw. I will appoint Jerry as my person and Sue. Okay?
Thank you.
I'm sure I'm gonna get enough committees.
Excellent. So the next one there is the Huron Perth Public Health Board of Health, and we're looking for 2 counselors.
Counselor Kazenberg, you put your name in?
I've served last term, and certainly that board is having a dramatic turnover of council representatives from across Huron and Perth County. So I'd be happy to be there as one of the returning or experienced, I think is the word I think.
Okay, anyone else? No one else? I think that will be me.
So we're gonna get on that one. The next one is the Stratford Perth Museum Board, and Deputy Warden Kellum put his name forward for that. So I don't know if there's any other interest or.
No, doesn't look like it. So, okay.
The next one is the Joint Accessibility Advisory Committee, looking for 1 member.
Oh, okay, I guess that will be me too. Supposed to get less.
Excellent. And then the next one is the Municipal Shared Service Committee, which you'll hear some reports actually for the next one, which is on December 15th. It's the next meeting. So it's 3 members, the warden and 2 counselors. And I did hear from Counselor Orr with respect to being appointed out.
Anyone else? Counselor McDermott?
Oh, no, Dean wants to go. That's fine. Yeah, I had an interest in the committee warden.
Okay.
Counselor Trudowski.
Second. Counselor Trudowski then?
Excellent. The next one is the Perth County Land Division Committee. So this is 5 members, warden or counselor, and then counselor positions there. Counselor and Mackenzie both put their name forward with that one there.
Counselor Duncan?
Interested in that committee, please?
You need 1 from each municipality. Start with.
I think Councillor Klinkowski had put his name up as well, or his hand up.
I had an interest in that committee, but if there's a limit, then
There's 5, but you have to
There's
have
5.
1 from each municipality, so 1 municipality is gonna have 2.
Okay, well, oh, I would like to let my name stand for that committee, please.
And either the warden or another representative.
We need somebody from Perth
Perth
East.
East.
Yeah. If you don't wanna be on it, I'll do it.
Okay, Council McDermott?
Excellent, thank you. The next one is the Perth County Agricultural Working Group. This has basically been set, just so everybody is aware of that. The next one is the attainable and affordable housing. 5 representatives, the warden, Councilor McKenzie has put his name forward for that one as well. If we could look for 3 more.
Mr. Kasenberg, anybody else?
You want one from each municipality there?
We did, we did before.
Yeah, that was the.
We had the mayor or the deputy from each of the municipalities
Okay. See the time.
for the attainable. Councilor Smith,
Sue, are you interested in that?
are you interested?
I can do it, but if you want to do it, that's fine.
How, so I don't know if I can, how often do they meet?
So they meet at the call of the chair, and the meeting time is 7 p.m. Generally done by Zoom.
Sure.
Councilor for that. The Planning Services Review Working Group, because word agates that you've moved through from council. Councilor will move you up, and then it might be prudent to have the deputy mayor fill in that space.
Councilor McDermott, you're able to do that?
And then the Community Transportation Steering Committee, similar situation with this one. That's okay.
Okay,
So that's okay with you, Councilor McDermott? Excellent.
Won't be a lot of meetings for that.
Again, yes, that one there and the Planning Service Review Group, as well as the attainable housing is at the call of the chair. So I believe that concludes that. What we'll do is the bylaw that will show up later on in the agenda. When we print out the final copy of it, it will reflect this, just so when we go to pass the bylaw, this is the information will be passed. Okay.
okay, thank you. So we do have a motion that council receives a 2023 board and committee appointments report, and that council approves the board and committee appointments for 2023. Moved by Councilor Duncan, second by Councilor Smith. Is there any more comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, our next item on the agenda is the Perth County Joint Accessibility Advisory Committee appointment.
Thank you. All right, so before council here, so through the warrant to council is the Perth County Joint Accessibility Advisory Committee appointment. This appointment is for the Accessibility Advisory Committee that has the same term as council. It is 7 volunteer citizens that make up various, well, from all parts of the lower tier municipalities. 1 organization representative, and then the 1 council representative, which is what we just completed there. I had discussions with the lower tier clerks. Each lower tier has brought forward their recommendations for appointment, and that is listed in the report in the table there from all municipalities. The 1 organization representative is the Alzheimer's Society here on Perth. That is the organization that has been part of this committee previously, and looks to put their name forward again for this committee if council does so choose that. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to take those at this time.
Any questions? No questions, and we have a motion that council receives the Perth County Joint Accessibility Advisory Committee appointment report, and that council appoints the following members to the Perth County Joint Accessibility Advisory Committee. From North Perth, we have Vince Judge and Michael Doan. From Perth East, Karen Danis and Shannon Palmer. From Perth South, Dennis Maneri. From West Perth, Janice Clagus and Sharon Flanagan. And we also have the Alzheimer's Society from here in Perth. We need a mover and a seconder, moved by Counselor Aitchison, seconded by Counselor Orr. Any more comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, the next item on our agenda is the 2022 October forestry inspections report.
Thank you. I'll do that one as well. So through the warden, before council is the October 2022, there we go, forestry inspectors report, prepared by Marvin Smith, the forestry inspector for the county of Perth. Marvin went and completed 6 inspections in response of submission of notice of intent or an NOI, and 2 inspections in response to a request from a landowner. If there's any questions, happy to take those at this time and pass them on to Marvin. Yeah.
Any questions of the report? See no questions. We have a motion that council receives the October 2022 forestry inspectors report for information. Moved by Councillor Kassenberg, second by Councillor McKenzie. Any more comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, now we're on to the activity report for the Stratford Perth Archives.
Bring it, Betty Jo.
Okay, Betty Jo is going to join us. Good afternoon, Betty Jo. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Warden. Thank you. And good afternoon, council and staff. The report you have today is an overview of the reference and research services, cataloging and digitization, collections management and development, and public outreach work happening at Stratford Perth Archives this year. It's for the upcoming meeting of the Municipal Shared Services Committee on December the 19th. In the interest of council's time, I'll leave it there for now, though I will, of course, be pleased through you, Warden, to respond to any questions or comments that council may have at this time.
Are there any questions of this report? No questions. Then we have a motion that council receives the activities report from the Stratford Perth Archives for MSSC, and that council approves the report for submission to the MSSC meeting of December 15, 2022. Moved by Councillor Orr, second by Councillor McDermott. Is there any more comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Thanks, Betty Jo. Good to see you. Okay, our next report is POA report. And Linda Becker is going to join us. Good afternoon, Linda. Good to see you. Welcome back. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Warden. I present you with the report of our activities up to the end of October. In accordance with the Ontario Court of Justice POA scheduling guidelines, a defendant in a Part 1 matter is now able to choose if they wish to appear in person or virtually when they request a court appearance. The default choice is in person. Court services staff are scheduling matters for both in-person and remote appearances based on the preference of the defendants. IT staff have worked together with court service staff to modify the current virtual court system setup to create a functional hybrid court. The courtroom is now capable of hosting in-person and virtual hearings. Perth County's IT department has worked diligently to ensure that the courtroom is fully functional hybrid court, and I thank them for that. Our court staff are working diligently to schedule early resolution meetings and trial matters to get those cases before the court. Our court schedule has been open to the end of June 2023, but as these dates fill up, staff continue to request extra court dates. We just tried last week. The Regional Senior Justice of the Peace could not provide us with any additional dates. We keep trying. I've got pending caseload reports that show the average number of cases that are waiting to be seen before the court. I have the court appearances for the year. You can see that those are up. Like everything is up in appearance. All these numbers are to the end of October of each of those years. Our charge numbers are up from previous years. Our revenue is up. And I've also provided you with the distribution of revenue percentages as calculated, but I do not have amounts yet. Fine. These numbers have increased in comparison to previous years, and if the trend continues to increase, the charges continue with the return to in-person court appearances. Additional resources may be needed to address the added strain on court services. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, any questions? No questions, and we have a motion that council receives the POA court service report for MSSC and operational update report information, and that council approve the report for submission to the MSSC meeting of December 15, 2022. We need a mover and a seconder, moved by Deputy Warden Kellum and Councillor Smith. Is there any more questions, or if not, all in favor? Carried.
Thank you, Warden. Thank you, councilors.
Thanks, Linda. Good to see you.
And good to see you too.
Okay, now we'll move on to our GIS Day report.
Steve's here, and then I think we'll be bringing Gary as well.
And confirm that Gary is over. We're just waiting for his
Video record.
There he is.
Welcome, Gary. Steve?
Good afternoon, Warden and members of council. So this report highlights a collaborative project involving GIS and communications staff with the goal of promoting the county's GIS program, developing additional public education tools regarding the county's road network. The project was initiated as part of GIS Day, an annual event celebrated all over the world and by Perth County in particular to raise awareness of GIS and how we use GIS technology to deliver a variety of services across the county. GIS and communications staff work together to develop a multifaceted campaign to further inform and educate the public about GIS and the county's road network, which included enhanced website content, an interactive road network story map, and a social media component. The GIS related content on the county's website was enhanced to provide more details to the public about the way GIS functions across the county and how GIS can analyze and display data in unique and informative ways. In addition, the PDF map library was updated to include new downloadable county road and fire boundary maps. The GIS team also developed a new interactive story map showcasing the road network in all 4 lower tier municipalities. This interactive story map provides a way for the public to navigate and display the different county, lower tier, and provincial roads, as well as learn more about the 492 kilometers of roads managed by the county. The road network is an important data set maintained by County GIS, and one of the reasons it was chosen as the subject of the story map was to help Perth County drivers better understand which roads are managed by each authority. New website enhancements and story map were further promoted through a coordinated social media campaign, including new informative graphics directing the public to the GIS page on our website and to these new resources. The intent is that GIS and communications will continue to collaborate and evolve the road network story map, enhancing its value as a public education tool with added importance since now we've entered winter driving season. That concludes the report. If there are any questions, we'll be happy to answer.
Okay, are there any questions from council members? Wow, everybody's getting off lucky today. Okay, we do have a motion that council receives the GIS Day report, project report. Moved by Council Kassenberg, second by Councillor McDermott. Is there any more comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, thank you. And we're going to move to paramedic services, and the first is the paramedic services 2023 ambulance vehicle replacement update. And I believe Mike is going to do that.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Crawley, Deputy Chief, Paramedic Services Operations. Here to present the report on new ambulance purchase.
This one's probably gonna get questions, so. Let's give a little background. So back in July, council approved the purchase of 2 new ambulances at $215,000 apiece. That was, we budgeted that 15% higher than the previous purchase. So we thought that was sufficient. Unfortunately, at the time, we were not able to get a quote from Crestline Coach. We did not receive that until October, and it came back at $245,000 apiece. So a $60,000 increase for the 2 of them. There's only 2 ambulance manufacturers certified to build ambulances in Ontario. That's Crestline and Demers, and they happen to be owned by the same company. So there really isn't any other options. There's 2 other manufacturers in the East Coast, but they're not certified here in Ontario. So basically asking that you approve the increased amount and we go ahead and purchase those ambulances.
Okay, questions? Councillor Aitchison?
There is no real question. The fact's the fact. You know, I've talked with Mike about this. And it is what it is. Anything you want to buy is a higher cost. Buy it now, because if you don't think you're going to stall it out, it's going to cost you more down the road.
We would lose our spot in the queue.
So I'll make the motion that we give them the approval.
Okay, so I'll read the motion and then we'll go from there. The council receives a paramedic services 2023 ambulance vehicle replacement updated report, and that council approve an increase of 60,000 capital spending be authorized and put toward the purchase order to Crestline Coach Limited to replace 2 ambulances as scheduled to be replaced during 2023. Councillor Aitchison moved it. Do we have a seconder? Councillor McDermott. Comments or questions? Councillor Kassenberg.
Yeah, if I might, I'm curious about whether we've sort of done some benchmarking against other recent purchases by other Ontario-based ambulance services, just to sort of get a sense of what that slope is and the rise in prices, and whether there's anyone else in the market at this point who's also experiencing these kind of surges in the price.
Yeah, I've spoken to Waterloo. They are Demers. They're actually paying more, but it is a little larger ambulance. Elgin and Chatham, same pricing as us, and Oxford as well.
So all of them have seen sort of a surge over the last 12 months, for example. Thank you.
Okay, Councillor Jankowski.
Through you, Warden, I guess my question would be, once we make an agreement for purchase, that will mean that the price is locked in, that the company can't come back and claim for extras or unforeseen costs, or?
Correct, as long as our deposit is in by the end of the year.
Okay, so once that's in place, then the price is firm. Correct. So delivery. Okay, thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Councillor Orr?
Just curious, how often do we purchase 2 at a time? What's the asset plan?
I don't have the actual plan in front of me, but generally it's 2 a year.
2 a year.
Any more questions? If not, all in favor? Carried. Okay, and our next report is the Municipal Shared Services Committee, Perth Paramedic Services, MIH Update 2022. And I believe Debbie's going to do that.
Good afternoon. Through the Warden, I am here on behalf of Perth County Paramedic Service. My name is Debbie Hunter, and I'm the manager of the Mobile Integrated Health Program. The purpose of this report is to update council about the work of the community paramedics and where our program is in the community. We continue to assess the community needs, working with our partners to deliver care in the communities. Our funding is supported 100% through the province, and we continue to advocate for sustainable funding. Our current MIH strategy is to keep healthcare accessible to patients and bring safe care to the community. We are making impacts and we are continuing to grow. One of our biggest strengths is system navigation. We live in a community with well-established, respected resources, and being aware of the community roles, we are able to get clients to the best places. We are providing some in-home point of care testing, which would potentially avoid a doctor's office or emergency department visit for patients through urinalysis and other options. We continue to support nurse practitioners in informal clinic settings on a regular basis. And being present at these clinics each week, we can meet people where they are and bring care directly to the community where people are most comfortable. Our program supports vaccines for homebound individuals, both influenza and COVID-19, another area where we feel the support and partnership with Huron-Perth Public Health. We are looking forward to continued growth and collaboration over the next year. We'll continue to share these updates with council. Thank you.
Okay, any questions of the report? See no questions. We do have a motion that council receives a Municipal Shared Services Committee, Perth Paramedic Services, MIH Update 2022 report, and that council approve the Municipal Shared Services Committee, Perth Paramedic Services, MIH Update 2022 report for submission to the December 15, 2022 meeting of the Municipal Shared Services Committee. Moved by Councillor Orr, second by Councillor Aitchison. Any more comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Thank you both. Okay, we're going to move to council reports. Does anyone have anything they wish to report? No? Okay, then we will go to bylaws. We do have two bylaws. The first one is bylaw 3905-2022, be read a first, second, third, and third time, and finally passed this first day of December. And that bylaw is to appoint members to the committees and the boards. We need a mover, moved by Councillor Duncan, second by Councillor McDermott. All in favor? Carried. And the second bylaw, which is Joint Accessibility Committee appointment, and it's bylaw 3906-2022, be read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed this first day of December 2022. Moved by Councillor Smith, second by Councillor McDermott. All in favor? Carried. Okay, and the next item is the confirmatory bylaw, that bylaw 39. Wait a minute.
No, it's a motion. It's a motion. It's a motion.
Oh, sorry, I jumped ahead. I want to get out of here. Notice of motions. Do we have any notice of motions? Any other business? Councillor McDermott.
I got this in the mail. I think it was on Tuesday, and I'd like to congratulate the mayor and her team at Economic Development and Tourism on I hope another successful program.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else has? Announcements? We do not need a closed session at this time, so now we can get to the confirmatory bylaw. So that bylaw 3907-2022, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council of the corporation of the county of Perth at its regular meeting held December 1, 2022, is read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed December 1st, 2022. Moved by Councillor Trankowski, second by Councillor McDermott. All in favor? Carried. And the last motion of the day, that the council meeting be adjourned at approximately 2:57. Moved by Councillor Orr, second by Councillor Smith. All in favor? Carried. Thanks, everyone. Great start.